In my corner of the universe, I might just be, helping a small group of people, but for me, that's sort of enough. Hi, I'm Tamara Malas. I'm a designer and artist living in New York. Started the line in 2018, and we just opened our store in the Lower East Side of New York, so we're super excited.
Did you struggle to find clothes that you felt comfortable in? How did that shape your experience?
I was always the girl in the shop with my friends who kind of had to sit in the corner or, just take pictures of the others or be in the jewelry section. So in the back of my mind, I always thought about majoring in fashion, but I never felt like I could or I would be accepted or that it would make any sense. And so I had a lot of shame about that. Our school didn't really celebrate any form of plus size fashion or anything like that. Everything that we studied and looked at was really, straight size. But yeah, you really are forced to be creative. When I did gain my weight in college and I was going to school, you're really pushing the boundaries. I was cutting buttons off things, attaching extra fabric, definitely shopping in the thrift stores, trying to be more creative. I would maybe buy 2 denim jackets and, attach them in an interesting way. I was always really inspired by sort of that extra work that we have to do. I think it sort of sets you up to be a little bit more creative.
Can you tell me more about designing for fat bodies rather than just grading a size up?
Designing for bigger bodies, people think it's a lot more challenging than it is. People talk a lot about, just grading up, right? Which would mean taking the same exact pattern for something and simply adding a couple of inches, calling it a day. Unfortunately, that's not the process. I'm working on something right now where, for example, for smaller sizes, we're cutting out a certain box pleat, but then for larger sizes, we're keeping it in. And it's still keeping the integrity of the design. Nothing, let's say, is gonna be looking sad or different for the plus size range. It's just that it allows a little bit more movement.
With expanding your offerings and wanting to be inclusive, how do you think about sustainability and ethics in what you make?
I've been lucky to work with great factories that are quite small and family run, where they're also concerned about living wages. So that makes it a bit easier. When you're in a larger part of that supply chain, you have to communicate that you care about that, and then you might often find others who don't also care about that, and you realize you're not on the same sort of agreement. But we're always trying to think of ways that we can improve, and I think everybody can do better.
It's really exciting to be building a place where we can give a platform to designers and brands like Tamara Malas, but they maybe just don't have the ability to create that platform that amplifies their voice, and that's what we want to be for them. We want to be the microphone, the megaphone. We see ourselves kind of as that bridge to say, hey, we know a community that you should be a part of.
I think what's so exciting is that this really is so personal to both of us, and I think when you really live it, you really, I got a little emotional. When you really live it, you really get it, and you really want to share that with other people.
And to know that we're building something together that we've craved for so long, and that hopefully the people who come after us won't have to fight such a hard battle.
Well, thank you for seeing me, and thank you for seeing so many others.
Yeah, I'm so glad to have you here. Thanks for talking with me today, Tamara.
I love Viva Voce. I'll cut that part out.